Hey y'all, welcome back to City Skylines. This is Cliffside Bay, the city of conversion, once known as the city of unlocks. And isn't it looking kind of sweet, my little farm district we got going down here? There it goes, pretty cool. This is what we got done last time. We built this little farm here. Connected the power eventually to these water towers here. As you can see, a lot of decorating. And the influx of traffic means we kind of souped up our kind of industrial business kind of area, which is here. Looks pretty, interesting, doesn't it? It's a little bit of fun design I had in mind for future builds, that kind of thing. But yeah, I thought I'd try it out on here. As you can see, we kind of updated all this. And I stuck all these little red brick buildings here to kind of go with the theme of this kind of thing here. I wanted lots of different variations of red buildings, but these ones were the quickest. And as I was doing it on video, under time constraints, I guess, and memory constraints, of course, I just stuck those in there, so kind of quick and easy. But it looks like that. Yeah, lots of mixed business you can see here. You got the forestry barns, you got the agricultural sheds, and then we got the generic industry, and then we got the business complex, which I did here. It's kind of interesting. So there we go. So let's see what we're going to do today. Okay, looking at Cliffside Bay's map, you can see exactly what we've done and what we've not done. We have converted all this area here, the whole harbor, the bay. All this is done. We got all this yet to do. We're in the middle of doing the hills over here. We've got to do all this area here. This area here, I am not too sure about. I'm thinking we're done on this. And we did this area, this whole tile here, last week. There we go. So that's what we got to do. There's a little anomaly here. So as you can see, this little area here, we took away the zoning on accident, but I put that back in. So hopefully when we get the demand up, we will have that going back in. But apart from that, I think this whole entire area, I'm absolutely happy with. We could do a little bit of tweaking up and down here, which we're going to do anyway. I intend to do that. So yeah, we got that going on. But yeah, absolutely happy with that. So yeah, I think all this area here is done. I would say this is done. And yeah, all this is done. So yeah, we got a whole bunch still to do before this series is over. And what we're going to do is we're going to finally do my kind of Beverly Hills, I don't know, Franklin Canyon kind of thing here. So yeah, let's get on with that, I think. So yeah, what are we going to do? That is the next question, and let's see if I can answer that. Now, if you remember, I'm trying to place down all these kind of unique buildings and landmarks. There's a quick look on here. You can see which ones I've placed down and which ones have not. And this being a absolutely no DLC kind of game, there's not as many as you guys have probably got at your disposal, that kind of thing. So you can see which ones I've got and which ones I haven't got. So we're all trying to place these down so I can unlock for the very first time the monuments. Which are these little things here? See, not place a single one down here. Now let me go on with milestones. Monuments, here we go. So you can see which ones we're yet to complete or tick off the box, that kind of thing. So we're getting kind of close to unlocking these. For the very first time in my life, I've never unlocked these. But then again, this is only my second city, so we're going to be doing that. So I've got some ideas what we're going to put on these. Let's come out of there. Thank you very much. I've got some ideas of what I want to put on these hills. Now, the Beverly Hills or Franklin Canyon kind of hills, that kind of area, they got, it's a kind of high affluent kind of place. Lots of millionaire mansions and kind of pretty unique kind of architectural designs, let me put it that way. So we're going to put in 2 of them on here. Now, I've got something already planned in mind. Well, as in, I know what I want to put on here, but I haven't planned how to put it or where to put it. And what we're going to put on here, I've got right over here. So there we go. I think these are kind of fitting to put in that kind of area there. Now, we're going to be looking this way a lot. So let me change the sun shadows again. So there we go. We're going to be looking at these from this side for the majority of the build, I guess. Maybe. Let's see what goes on. But yeah, we're going to put these Beautiful little landmark. So this is the M.A.M, the Modern Art Museum. We're going to be putting that up on those hills somewhere. And as you got here, the Posh Mall, which is, yeah. Now, I don't expect there to be a Posh Mall up there, but you can imagine this is some other kind of building. You could even kind of rename it. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we might even rename these buildings. I'm going to keep that as it is, but I might rename this. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we're going to try and put these up here. So let's see where we're going to put these around here. Now, that's an interesting shape. Okay. Okay, so here we have the building. So what we could do is we could maybe shape the hills using my kind of key wall technique and do a little bit of land formation to shape the land around the building as part of the design of this kind of modern art museum, kind of architectural kind of piece of modern art, I guess. There you go. So you could come up with something like that, maybe have these as key walls and have the building on top of there, that kind of thing, and somehow place a road in there, that kind of thing. So that's my idea behind that. Let's move you out the way to see what you look like without the building there. You go, I guess all my population is getting confused with what's going on with the buildings, especially my bank balance. There you go, you could end up with something like that. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of shape the land and place it around these buildings, which we're going to put on here. So I'm thinking the spiky one. Now, because of the kind of sharp edges we've got of this little area here, I'm thinking we could have maybe the spiky building go kind of over here. Maybe sitting in here. Let me have a look. Something like that, and have it facing that way, and the spikes would kind of match up with that kind of thing. So we could have that kind of here. And with the teardrop, I'm thinking we have it over on this side here. I think we could put it just about, let me put a road here. Something like that. There we go. And then we could fill these with little houses, that kind of thing. So that's my idea. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a kind of a key wall or form the terrain around this little building here and around here, which is going to upset a lot of people that like natural looking hills. But there you go. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a little bit of fun. And we've also got to decide what to do with this. Now, we're going to keep it, but we got to move it. So let me work out what I want to do with them. So with these, what we got here, we got two sets of crematoriums and the incinerator plant. Now, if I split these in half, we can have one kind of section over here and one section over here. Kind of, I don't know, it kind of logistically helps out a lot easier than having it in one place, having to spread out. If you got them in two different places, it makes it a lot easier. Logistically speaking, I could be wrong. So let me put a road right down here. Let me see. That is, yeah, okay. So what we could do is have two separate zones, and the measurements would be a 160 by 200. There we go, squared, that kind of thing. So we could do that, 160 by 200. So yeah, let's see if we can place one. Now I'm thinking we got this area here, so we could probably place it kind of here and have a dirt track go off the side of here, I'm thinking. As we've already got a piece of industrial zone here, so put that on freeform. Oh, why are you upset? Okay, interesting. So yeah, maybe we could have a road coming off here or coming off here. I'm thinking maybe just coming off here would be okay. So yeah, let's see. So 160 by 200, wasn't it? Okay, let's put that back on straight. So maybe I could put a little box zone behind here, behind this industry. So actually, let me square this all off. Get it at a proper 90-degree angles, just to make it easier. We could have a, I don't know, maybe from here? That's 160, okay. 200 would be there. Okay, 160 would be up to, okay, that's cutting into the hill. Well, I want it to not cut into the hill so much. Let me maybe put it here. That's kind of cutting into the hill, so let's put it here. That's looking okay, and then go 200. So there you go, we got this little kind of zone here. Now, where do I want to put this zone? I mean, this is okay because it's further away from the population, and it's going to chuck out a bit of pollution, that kind of thing. So I'm thinking we leave it just here, maybe do a little bit more smoothing here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, so we could do that. So let me take away these roads here and do a little bit of smoothing. There we go. Let's put that back in. There we go. Let's freeform that back into there somehow. I think from here. Like that. There we go. And then let's place those buildings right in there. And you see that a little red circle or pink circle where the kind of the pollution is. Yeah, maybe I should split it up so it's going the other way. No, it kind of fits in like that, so we're gonna stick with that. Hopefully that won't pollute the area too much, but yeah, I was thinking maybe we could twist the box going up that way. Maybe we could actually. Yeah, let me do that instead. There we go. That kind of works, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's see if we can put that road back in, put that back on freeform. There we go. So that's working. Let's press play. So let's place the two crematoriums in there, which sometimes I pronounce crematorium for some reason. There you go. So you got one little zone set up here. So that's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Shame I can't get that right in the center there. I mean, I could do that by tweaking the streets, but yeah, maybe I'm okay with that. Let me see if I can tweak the streets just for now. Just a little bit of practice. So there you go. It's a normal process if you got a road that goes here and it naturally wants to snap in here. So you, like here, it won't snap in kind of here unless you kind of start the road from about, take off your snapping points. Then you kind of put it here. It wants to snap there. If you put it there, you then put the road there. And it'll want to snap there instead of there, which is where it naturally wants to snap. So you could put the road there, that kind of thing. So that's a quick way of kind of realigning the nodes or the snapping points. Now, I did a quick version, as you can see here. I could move that a little bit more central, but I'm okay with that because I'm kind of doing this on video, so it doesn't matter. And if I wanted to make the perfect city and make everything absolutely beautiful and perfect, it would take absolutely years to make these videos, and I don't want to put you through that. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. So got one little zone. And as you can see here, it's still 160 by 200. So yeah, let's do the same thing over here. So we're gonna move this one and we're gonna put it, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we put it right here. We got this little spot here. Looks like that is a lot neater, a lot better than the original one, isn't it? But as you can see, I thought I'd take the time and make this one a little better for you guys. And then we can go back into here and put those kind of natural looking hills back to how they should be. And he says pressing the wrong button yet again. And this road will stop the bumps from affecting this little area, which is what I kind of like. So yeah, let's flatten this out a bit more. There we go. And then do a bit of smoothing. Flatten that little piece out like that. There we go. So we got that. So that's pretty cool. And then we're going to hook in the dirt track. Just going to go here. And then we're going to do another kind of country lane. So going to go straight here. Then we can go freeform again. Take off my snapping points. Make it look a little bit natural. You'll find that I keep constantly wanting to click on here because it looks like a dirt track, but it's a path. That's a mistake I always keep making for some reason. There we go. So we got that. We can slip that down like that. Spin that around like that. Turn that into a proper country lane. Bit of detailing, throwing in a couple of trees, that kind of thing, and it'll look like that. So yeah, I'm kind of pleased with that. So there we go. So we got all that. So let's see if we can start shaping the terrain to match these. Now this one's going to be tricky because of how close this is in proximity. So I'm thinking we might move this one a little bit further here. I'm thinking maybe here. So let's place a road here for now. See if we can place you up here. Now that looks okay, but I got the spikes the wrong way around. So let me swap you over. Just about there. You fit in there. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully we can shape the land around that. Okay, so let's see if we can come up with a plan for this. Now we got that little street there, so we can, if we leave that street there, let's move you out the way just for a little while. We're going to cut into that path there, I think. Oh, too slopey. That's okay. You got it there. So that is interesting. Yeah, let me have a think. I tell you what, let me actually match that street there. Here we go, and let me place you here. Now I'm thinking this is as close as I want it to be to this park here. So yeah, so we're going to kind of start here. We're going to have a key wall here, but we're going to match the shape of this here. So let's start drawing. So let's kind of simplify this, make this kind of easier on the eye, I guess. So we got a square shape here. We got a couple of triangles. So maybe we could start off with a square shape here. There you go. So that's what I want to do. I want to kind of represent the boundary of this building kind of around here. In kind of key walls, that kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little bit of flattening out here. There we go. Just to make a blank canvas, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy that shape over here in smaller format. So there you go. That is the kind of shape of the key wall or the terrain that's going to form around this kind of modern art sculpture. It's going to look a little bit like that. So that's my thinking. Now, do I want to keep this building here? Look at the placement. Yeah, maybe about here. So yeah, that looks kind of okay, I think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I could put it there. Let me have a look. Yeah, that's okay. That is okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Is it cutting into that hill a bit too much? I think it is, actually. So we want to move that down a little bit further. Okay, there you go. I think we're going to go with this placement here and this height of the terrain. So I'm happy with that. Let's make sure I got that smoothed out a little bit more. Okay, there we go. That's my canvas widened out. So let's see if we can come up with that kind of design there. So I'm thinking we go back onto streets. So I'm thinking we have this as one shape, as you can see here. So I'm going to cut it in here like that. Go down a little piece like that. Over like that, and then down like that. Then I want this to come along here like that, I think. And then cut in there like that. So that's going to be my first shape. Going to be kind of odd. But yeah, I think we'll stick with that. And then what I want to do is have the road kind of go down here. Into this kind of little valley here, but have all this as key wall. That kind of thing. Apart from this little piece here. So this is going to be key wall, all this little piece here. So that's my whole idea behind that. So let's delete that little piece. And then let's cut away some of the territory and make ourselves one of my normal standard key walls. So we're going to lower the land a little piece, I think. Out there should be fine. And then we're going to put a tiny key wall around this road here. There you go. So it's going to look a little bit like that. So let's do that right now. I'm going to time lapse this because you've seen me do this a million times. Okay, so there you go. That was a little more trickier than expected, but then again, I kind of knew it was going to be kind of hard to do that because is there a mod that will make this absolutely perfect where you can cut in at different angles and get sharp triangles? Is there a mod that would do that with key walls? I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's absolutely tricky. Now, if I had a wider space of land, I could represent these shapes more accurately, because I'm trying to squish it all in. This is as best as I can do, and I guess with the curves, it kind of makes it look a little more natural than normal, I guess. I'm just guessing. So let's, shall I drain? Yeah, let's drain this out. So let's move you over here for now. Anywhere? Here, there we go. Let's drain away the water by putting in a pump. Make sure it's not connected to the main line, and let's drain away the water. Okay, there you go. We got that. So that's pretty cool. So let's take away some of this land. We'll lower it down a little bit more. Make sure I got that on smaller strength. Cut away into that land a little piece more, and then let's flatten that out again, I think. Oh, before I do that, let's make sure I delete the road, not the key wall. A mistake. Got to be very careful with this. And there we go. Perfect. What you can do is save the game, but I'll do that later. Leave that road there. So yeah, it looks like that. We can delete this road here. So we got that. We could place a road around there. Let's smooth this out. Perfect. Now let me see. So we're going to go for this level here. Just have a look. Visually looks kind of I don't know, it's high, isn't it? It's kind of high. Let me try from here. Looking a little better. Let me raise it up a little more, maybe from here. Right click here, then left click. See, that gently raises it up a little piece. So it's okay. I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that level. There we go. Well, that's the level I want for around here. There we go. So what we're going to do now, so we've got this shape here. Practically, in a kind of weird way, we're going to do this shape here. So that's this one here. So a bit of a rectangle, I guess. So let's make our canvas again. So there you go, there's our canvas. What we're going to do is we're going to lower the terrain once more and have this as a kind of a lower garden, that kind of thing. And then we're going to have a path that runs all the way from this lower garden and loops up around into here, that kind of thing. We're going to have the road going on around the outside if we got room. If not, I'll just have the road going over this side here, that kind of thing. So let's see if we can place in that other shape we want. So it's going to come out at an angle again. Going to put a road here. Now, I know these key walls are not going to match up with each other because I haven't got any mods, that kind of thing. So, do mods, could you connect a key wall into here without, collision, that kind of thing? Can you do that? Not too sure. But, yeah, let's see. So, it cuts in there. So, we're going to do another shape. We're going to do a key wall here. Kind of like that. Now, I'm not too sure if I can get away with that. We can try. Looks like I might be cutting into my park in a minute or two, so that's kind of interesting. And I might do that kind of square shape. This one here, kind of at a different place. Maybe I'll put that square shape kind of here, kind of thing. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of a different design or variation of that. Or maybe I could cut that in like that, make it even more kind of interesting. Yeah, I could do that. I like the idea of that. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It won't be exactly like that, but it'd be a pretty good representation of that. So, yeah, I think we'd go with that. So, yeah, why not? Yeah, let's do that. So, same technique, key walls, time lapses, because you've seen it all before, that kind of thing. We're going to try and keep this shape here and see if we can get away with it as per usual. Right, so there you go. We got another little shape down here. Absolutely nothing like that design, but it's yeah, I'm turning it into a kind of a more organic, natural looking kind of gardens. So let's make sure we got this the level I want this to be. That's actually pretty fine as it is. Kind of like that, yeah. Okay, yeah, we go with that. There we go. You see, I don't want these key walls to be too kind of, I don't know, kind of overbearing, that kind of thing. Maybe we could have a path going around here because I cannot connect the key walls to here because there's no mods, of course. So maybe I could do that. Maybe a little path going around here, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Like that. I do like that. And then what we're going to do, we're doing the same again. We're going to do another little kind of square shape kind of round about here. So let's stretch out my canvas a little bit more. Okay, so we got another little blank canvas. Now let me see, how far down do I want to go? I'm not too sure. I'm thinking, let me try this level here. That is that okay? That looks kind of similar height to that. So yeah, maybe we can keep this height here. Like that. So I'm hoping this is not too bad. It looks okay. It looks okay. Let me put in a temporary road to try and measure out where I want this to go. Now, because I'm kind of encroaching into this park already, I don't want to do that. And I kind of like the fact that it's now looking a little bit more organic and less kind of spiky. But if I had more land, like I said before, I could make this more accurate. But I'm kind of squishing it and making it look a little bit more natural than man-made, that kind of thing. So this square would be kind of here. It would be kind of here, but I want to put it over here instead. I'm thinking, yeah, because we got more land to play with. So yeah, I'm thinking we have another lower garden here, and I'm thinking this is the right kind of height. Looks okay to me, looks okay to me, so let's shape the terrain accordingly. There you go, and then hopefully we can get a key wall. Let me readjust that. Hopefully we can get a key wall going behind here. So another time lapse. So there you go. It looks like that. Pretty cool, isn't it? Pretty cool. And not only that, we've also managed to create enough space to put a road around the side of here like I originally intended, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. So yeah, let's have a little think about that. That's oh, that's higher. That's okay. Yeah, that's worked out pretty well. So let's shape this terrain by pressing one button. Move you out a little bit. There we go. Is that higher on purpose? Did I leave that like that? I can't remember. Can't remember the original layout, but yeah, I'm okay with that. So yeah, let's carry on doing smoothing the land how I want. Oh, there we go. I kind of did a little bit of terrain smoothing. I've decided to put a path going around the outside, so we'll connect these as one kind of long walk, just because these key walls don't kind of meet up with these. A bit of a shame. I'm not decided what I want to do with the rest of these paths. I'm thinking maybe I can go kind of straight designs like that to there and there to there, that kind of thing. Ooh. Click it in the right place, that kind of thing. Or I might do some kind of twisty turny ones to represent the curves of this, or you know, or I could do, following the shapes here, I could do kind of triangular ones. So I have to think about that during the detailing session. Let me put that on the straight and take away the snapping points, because it's kind of tricky trying to even do it on there. You know, so you could come up with like different kind of geometric shapes, or you can go kind of curvy. I'm thinking maybe curvy represents what we've got going on here a lot better, and I've got these kind of curvy as well. So this is my initial setup. What I could do is put key walls around the edges of here, so you'd have another key wall around here, but it would just take away the actual impact of this kind of set up here. These shapes, these geometric kind of shapes would kind of disappear with another key wall. So I'm kind of keeping it like that. So let's put a road to connect what is this? The M.A.M Modern Art Museum, to connect this to here, I guess, or here, or here, or here. Something like that. So yeah, let's do that right now. Let me try smoothing out the land, first of all. Oh, there we go, bit of smoothing. Now let's see, can I get away with putting a road around here as I originally intended? So we're going to go for, I don't know which kind of road to go for. Yeah, just go for a normal road, I guess, would probably work. If we can get this going around here without destroying, or I don't know, yeah, just without destroying anything. There we go, that's working out okay. I like that. Doing all right, keeping to the shape of the path. Let's bring this around here, like that. That's kind of cool. Now I've done some subtle kind of sloping, so hopefully this is going to work out. Not too sure. There we go, let's make that more mountainous. And then bring it out down here like that. So it looks like that. So there you go, you're starting to get the kind of Beverly Hills kind of Franklin Canyon kind of look or feel or vibe. I'm going to take away this piece here. I'm not happy with that. I want the road to go practically around here. It's kind of weird. I don't see the sign of the road's not connected. Let me connect the road here. Let's put in a police department here. There we go. And hopefully we can get these symbols out of the way so I can see exactly what we're doing. There we go, eventually got there in the end. And let's do the same with the garbage. There you go, got the garbage collected. Absolutely whack that you got to kind of do this just to get the game working. Just so you can see if the road is connected or not. There you go, now I can see it's not connected. Perfect. Oh my word, that was absolutely catawampus. Okay, now we can work out where if I want to put a drive in here at a fancy angle or something like that. I don't know, this is kind of crazy. So let's go for let's put it on straight for now. I like this kind of little kind of shape we got here, so we could probably represent that shape like that, kind of like that, and then hook that in like that. That's kind of cool. That kind of represents the theme we got going on here. So that's kind of cool. I like that. Should we stick with that? I think we should stick with that. And you can see the T's disappeared, so it's connected. And I haven't got that annoying garbage sign or the police, please come and rescue me sign. And we've also got the ghost smoke. Get rid of the ghost smoke. There we go, ghost smoke is gone. So that's kind of cool. So we got that little idea. Can I make a turning point for that? Does that help with it, or does it make it worse? I'm not too sure. Let me look at that again. I mean, that looks okay, but it looks kind of weird, doesn't it? It looks kind of whack. I place a tiny road like that. Okay, that takes away the T, so that kind of works. And then, yeah, we got that node and that I've just created there. So let's place that in like that. So that's kind of worked out. And then if we put that on straight, okay, that's kind of interesting. Let me delete this road completely and put my snapping points on just to give me that angle that I want. There we go. I've come up with a way of solving that issue. It's kind of ugly, but I kind of like that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Can we turn that into a cul-de-sac? Is it too little room to do that? I'm not too sure. No, there you go. It's got lots of exciting street lights, which is kind of and stoplights, which kind of doesn't work. That's kind of weird. I like the tree design. We're going to go with the tree design. Let me see. What does that look like? Oh, that one doesn't work. Okay. Just the single tree. Okay, we're going to go with that. Yeah, there we go. Then I can do a little piece of detailing there. So till I put in one more key wall, I think I will. And then we're going to call it quits on this design because it's taking up way too long and it's getting crazier and crazier by the minute. Okay, there you go. We are done on that. Another key wall to represent the kind of weird shapes. I was going to go for a little square like that, and I realized, actually, we got a road kind of network that wants to be climbing around here and twisting around like that kind of thing. So let's not have a key wall here. Let's have a little kind of a slope so we can connect this road in here, which kind of makes more sense with these kind of weird designs we got going on here. On freeform, please. Thank you very much. So that kind of thing, so we can have that road going in there, connecting in there like that. Maybe we can turn these into trees. Would that work on here? I'm not too sure. Would it look a little bit too silly? It looks okay. It looks not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, we could do that, or we could put a single tree like that kind of thing. That looks okay as well, so we could have some sort of, I don't know, design going on in here. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like what we've got going on here, and then we got this to connect into these networks of what are going to be streets here, that kind of thing. So I'm kind of happy with that, and yeah, and just, yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that. I'll tell you what going off topic as per usual with me is, what's it called? Breaking the fourth wall, getting you out of the immersion of I'm actually playing a game. I got that right. I have. There we go. So one of the most disappointing things in life, or should I say one of the most inconveniences, is when you reach out to have a drink of your coffee and you didn't realize you drank it like hours ago, that kind of thing. So yeah, you're reaching out for something and it's not there. Yeah, I really wanted a sip of coffee just now and I haven't got one. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go off and get another coffee and then I will return. There we go, better, got more coffee. So where were we? Oh yeah, so we're representing this kind of little thing with a key wall. I've got the road is a little bit too close to here, so I got all these kind of strange bumps. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because yeah, I'm just okay with that. Let me see. So yeah, we gotta come. This road is okay like that. So let's delete all this first of all and try and make this more natural. There we go, and now we can kind of do a little piece of road design, I guess. Net around like that. Also accidentally putting the wrong road on. There we go, better. And then we just kind of get that to tie into that road up there, which is going to go practically there, like that. As you can see, the paths are the actual kind of representing. Oh, it's because I keep pressing the V key. That's why it's going on the ground. The paths are representing where the streets are going to go. Like that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So we got that little setup so that you can go loop around here. You can have houses up and down here, that kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. So that's one level. Let's carry on over here, I think. Okay, so that took a long time. What I might do is I'm thinking of cutting this into two parts. What I might do is draw this out, which I've done, and then draw this out, and then we'll complete the actual suburban hills afterwards, that kind of thing, in another episode. And I'll probably also throw in the detailing. So for this episode, I think we're just going to get the Modern Art Museum build and the... What is this again? This is the Posh Mall. Maybe I can call this another name. I'll see what I can do with that. But yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to just finish off building this. Maybe connect up the roads and the power, that kind of thing. And yeah, let's see how we go. This one might be a little easier because we got a kind of a teardrop kind of shape going on about this. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, let's do this one now. So let's see. So a bit of land smoothing, creating the blank canvas for it to sit on nicely. Now this one, this is easier because it's less complicated. Let's get rid of this pretend street. Less complicated. So we got, I don't know, we could do two shapes. We could have this shape here. We could have this another shape and this another shape. Teardrop, a circle, and a whatever that is. a bridge. I don't know. So yeah, what I've got is, now where's the street? Street's going to connect here. Okay. So let's put you there just for now. Okay, so what we want is a teardrop shape is my first shape. We can do that. So this is the highest part of the whole hills. So let's make a teardrop shape for a key wall. Now I'm thinking this is a little bit too close to here, so I'm thinking maybe we move this a little bit further down this side here. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that right now, like that. Okay, and then we're gonna carry on with the teardrop shape. Well, let's try that. So yeah, okay. So here. So this is gonna be a key wall, not a natural road. So we go on our teardrop shaped key wall to go kind of here. There you go. That's my little shape there. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? So yeah, we're going to put a key wall here. This is the first initial shape. I've obviously left a little gap here because we're going to have obviously a road going out there, that kind of thing. So let's see, similar depth I'm going to go for. Let's go for small as low down the terrain. Let's see how much low I want this to go. That might be okay. Let's have a look at that. Interesting. Judging by the shape here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe contour lines. So let's see what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 contour lines just about there. So let me raise this up a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, maybe here. So there we go. That's my kind of weird way of trying to work that out, how deep I want this to go. And it doesn't matter because we can cover this up later on with more terrain. We can raise part of the land to cover up some of the key wall. So there we go. Let's time lapse this again because this is going to get mighty boring, rinsing, repeating all the time. Okay, there you go. That's kind of worked out pretty well. What I've done is I've deliberately left a gap here because I kind of just in time remembered that we're going to have a kind of a connecting path. Can I get you in there anywhere? There we go. Well, these are turned off. Yeah, perfect. Move you as well. Where can I put you? Anywhere would be fine. This is kind of important if you want connecting paths to go up to the main building here. We're going to have to make a break in the key wall. I'll kind of do a kind of a path that goes over the top of the key wall, which kind of would make it a little bit ugly. So I want it kind of looking a little bit more natural, that kind of thing. So yeah, let's take away all the water and set up for the next shape. Time lapse, of course. Let's go. There we go, got that, and you can see I'm absolutely destroying my original kind of layout. Absolutely, yeah, destroying it. Also, keep your game running because you're losing a lot of money moving things around and sloping terrain. Unless you got your kind of money cheats put on, that kind of thing. I do not have a money cheat put on, so yeah, I'm making this trickier than it should be. But yeah, it's part of the challenge and it makes it more fun. So let's see, that's kind of, yeah, that's a little bit too, yeah, this is the height I want. I like this height just here. This is perfect. So let's level this out to this height here. There you go. And now I can put in some paths to go up and down here. And also, importantly, let's get rid of these roads. Actually, let's make sure I get this terrain height here. So I'm going to right click here. There you go, just to maintain that little piece there. Bit more deleting. There you go, so it almost double clicked on there. So there we go, got that. I got the road, we got the kind of weird teardrop kidney thing going on here. Kind of a strange design, but it works. Take off the bulldozer feature so I don't destroy it. So yeah, let's carry on with the shape. So I want to do another kind of design kind of here. So let's smooth this out here. Increase my canvas, should I say. And then all we're going for is, let's put a road in here. All we're going for is this kind of where it cuts into here. As the paths are going to be joining here, let's put the key wall in kind of. Gonna go like that, and it's gonna kind of mirror this thing here. Yeah, I like that. That's okay. So what we can do is we can have a path network that goes up here, and then we're gonna have to have a path network that goes kind of down here for the last shape, which is gonna be a bit of a circle. So yeah, let's put the circle kind of here. I think would be okay. Yeah, let's try here. Kind of tricky not getting it to snap into as many places as possible. So about there, that's 240. Oh, it's risen up. Okay, too close. Let me take that away. Try that again from here. That's better. Okay, we got that. So we got one little part of the circle there. I don't want it to go here. Like that. Or do I want it to go here? I think this one looks better. Yeah, I like that one. That's a lot better. So we're going to have a key wall going around here. Going to somehow connect the path up to here, that kind of thing. And we're going to have these lower gardens here, that kind of thing. Yeah, I like that. So let's do a bit more kind of time lapse in, and I'll get back to you at the end of all this. Okay, we are nearly at the end of this episode, which is solely based on placing down the Modern Art Museum and the Posh Mall, which I'm going to rename to something else to represent some other kind of building. Could be a mansion, you never know. But then again, looking at the size of these houses, even that's a bit big for a mansion, I guess. So yeah, let's do a little bit of tidying things up. Have I got the game saved? I have, so let's make sure I don't delete things I don't need to. If I zoom in close, I should be okay. So yeah, so what we're doing is we're kind of deleting stuff. What we're doing is we're kind of representing the kind of Beverly Hills, well actually a little bit beyond there, the Franklin sort of Canyon, those kind of areas. Let me delete everything on here. Here we go. So obviously in the next episode, what we'll be doing what I said is connecting all these streets and making it more believable. Cutting back some of the houses here and just replacing them. That kind of thing. I definitely want to have a road that goes on the outside of these kind of hills or mountains, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. So yeah, initially it looks like that. It's going to be changed a whole bunch again, but this is exactly how it's going to be, this little piece here. And this little piece here, well, practically all this here is how it's going to be. There we go. So it looks like that. And yeah, I think we're going to call that a day. Next episode, we're going to finish this off, and then we're going to do a whole bunch of deleting. It reminds me to delete all these. Don't need these anymore. So there you go. That's my almost final design. It's looking pretty cool. It's going to be absolutely beautiful when I finish doing all the detailing. Obviously, we're going to change all these roads around, put in more houses, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm absolutely happy with that. Maybe we can squeeze in 1 or 2 more cul-de-sacs and do a little bit of changing here. But yeah, maybe I should make these, maybe I should do this strip mall a bit smaller like this one here. I kind of like this version more than this. Maybe that could be part of the build. I don't know. I'll see how it goes. But I'm kind of like, yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, in the meantime, everybody, sincerely take care of each other. Have a really nice day, and I will see y'all